But until then, here are the final.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, 6th place in the conference, where they stand at the moment, may not sound out of this world, but this is a team that no one in the East wants to face come playoff time. And the final dance, regular season coming to a close tonight. Kenny, for those teams making the postseason, what would they need to do to get into that playoff mindset?
Preparation for a higher level. So that means kind of what I used to do is I used to go to like these yoga Zen classes, and I just sit and I just yama 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 yama, and then the preparation mentally will get you there.
And for lower level seeds, some are just happy to be there. But for top seeds, this is where the real season begins. Yama 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 yama.
Let's send it to
yama yama yama
Kevin Harlan.
Yama 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 yama.
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Milwaukee Bucks today. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. Right now, the 76ers are back in town for just one game and looking to play well for their home fans. And you look at this team, pretty impressive, certainly a playoff contender with the third-best record in the East.
And seeing where the 76ers are, they're well above the position they were expected to be in at this stage. Now the question becomes, can they keep it up in the playoffs?
And I can't see any reason why they can't. I mean, they've got to be considered one of the favorites to lift the trophy for me.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo came to the NBA as an unheralded 19-year-old from Greece, but he's been a quick study at the NBA level. One reason? He actually takes notes. He said, "We all make mistakes and your mind can't remember them all. I write what I did wrong and what worked. I'm going to keep it going. Someday, I'll have a collection." And with that dedication, Kevin, the sky is the limit for the Greek freak.
Boy, that's fascinating stuff, D.A. Thank you so much. What better way to learn from your mistakes? And Clark, with both these teams fighting for playoff position tonight, we can expect this game to have a postseason atmosphere.
No doubt about it, partner. Everybody is going to be available, and their postseason, I think, starts right now.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Bledsoe is out there with Tony Snell. Then it's Chris Middleton. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Henson in its center, locking down the middle. And it's Simmons penetrating. And Simmons slams it in.
The slash ability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive, cutting mentality.
And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. No good from outside. And Simmons gets it to go on the assist by Charlotte.
Boy, what skill from Simmons. I mean, so adept at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
Henson with the screen for three. Bledsoe. Bledsoe with another miss. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Takes it from 10. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe against Simmons. Henson dishes to Middleton. He kicks it to Bledsoe. Pass to Henson. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And with the passing of time, Henson has developed a nice mid-range jump shot. The defense has got to be aware that he can make that shot.
And that one's good, Simmons.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Middleton. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Orlando.
Yeah, excellent work on the boards that night. Always in attack mode, and that allowed him to get plenty of rebound.
Milwaukee's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Bledsoe, and he overshot that one, missing.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively. This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And again, the Bucks miss.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Now here's Middleton. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. And a quick look at how things have been since the All-Star break, checking out the three-point shot ratio for the 76ers.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And it's Simmons penetrating. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Milwaukee Bucks.
I tell you what, when Simmons is taking it strong to the rack, he's looking for the contact and the foul. I love his aggressiveness.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw.
And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
Good on the second free throw. Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10 or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Bucks trail by 6. Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. Back to Bledsoe. Covington against Middleton. Here's Antetokounmpo. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The 76ers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%.
Boy, I love to see Covington blast off the floor. He's so good at reading angles and making himself a target in transition. And, you know, through the long rebuild in Philly, the Sixers' strategy was to develop unproven players and try to find some diamonds in the rough. Not a bad way to go when you're going to be patient. And Robert Covington might have been their best find. A very good defender at both forward spots.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Covington. And Covington offensively, mostly a catch-and-shoot score.
Yeah, he plays well off others. His three-point percentage has kind of went south the last few seasons, but if he works on that, I think he's got a place with this team, or if not this team, then certainly in the league.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second-chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
And it's Simmons penetrating.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Yeah, this is a big lead right now, a big one, and they've seized momentum and showing no signs of letting it go.
Timeout called, the Bucks. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And now you look at the top rookie rebounders in the season's second half. Ben Simmons, number 1.
Well, he continues to improve. I mean, since the break, he's taken it to another level, looking less and less like a rookie every day.
Ditto that. I mean, he's flat out killing it on the glass right now, and opponents are starting to take notice.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. No good on the 3. The 76ers leading by 11. Here's Redick. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
Hey, he just threw that possession away. Hopefully he learns from that and doesn't make the same mistake again.
Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 20-7 run.
Can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like there.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Henson with the screen, knocks it loose. Here's Simmons, and then Simmons slams it in.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Charity stripe shot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Man, that's a nice-looking stroke from Antetokounmpo. What can't this guy do?
Here's Johnson. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
Bucks trail by 17. To the middle, here's Henson. And the layup's good off the glass. Henson's got 6. Here's Simmons. 14 points from him the last game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Here's Covington. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas. Not a lot going his way. Everything he's shooting is just off the mark. I mean, somehow he's got to figure out a way to turn it around.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Covington with the steal. Finished off the break. He's got 11. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break. A lot of losing in Philadelphia, just 47 wins over 3 seasons from 2013 to 2016. That's the second worst 3-year stretch in NBA history.
The 76ers making a switch here. Elling's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Parker's checked in.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Henson with the screen. 6 to shoot. Knocked loose. Covington with the steal. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Covington's shot is off. And Clark, for the Sixers, it seems they're finally headed in the right direction.
Well, I think that's the benefit of patience and all of those high draft picks, Kevin. I mean, some people don't like how they did it, but they rebuilt the roster from the ground up, and I think it gives them a strong foundation going forward.
The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Covington's got 13.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Timeout called the Bucks. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, struggled to shoot the basketball in that game, but still found a way, if you will. I mean, they had to pick up the slack in a lot of other areas, and they did.
And Greg, you know, not too many teams are going to win shooting that poorly from the floor. But, you know, I'd have to say it says a lot about them as a ball club to win with that poor shooting performance.
The 76ers with some changes. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Johnson. Ilyasova comes in for Saric, and it's T.J. McConnell in for Simmons. And then for Milwaukee, Zeller, he's checked in for John Henson. Brown comes in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Terry in for Chris Middleton. Milwaukee making a switch here. Muhammad's checked in. Now here's Terry. Bellinelli is covering. Here's Covington. Finished off the break. He's got 15.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
Terry outside. Now here's Muhammad. Defense right on him. Brown wide open. He fires. No good with the triple. The 76ers leading by 22. Here's Covington. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now. Taking them to the woodshed. Super aggressive and owning the paint.
Brown, good.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Brown's gone 1 of 2 shooting from 3. Here's Covington, good. And McConnell gets the assist. Covington's got 19 points.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And so here is Philadelphia. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
Yep, exactly. And it also stretches that defense out a little bit, expands the floor for you, and makes things really hard for the defenders when you space and stretch them like that.
Now here's Terry. There's the dish to Brown.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Yeah, I agree. Not a lot of activity chasing down their misses. Some teams focus on getting back, I understand that, but you should send at least one guy after those.
The 76ers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
That one is off. Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer. And, certainly, Kevin, the strength of this Milwaukee team, one of the strengths anyway, is the length they have. I mean, have reach at all positions, but especially up front. They just need some time to develop, but a strong base is there.
The 76ers leading by 23. Here's Holmes. Here's McConnell. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Zeller. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Bellinelli. Muhammad covering. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless, really getting beat up physically and emotionally.
And Milwaukee has possession after the Sixers pick up 2. And it's Terry again missing. Here's Covington. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Pick by Zeller. Terry outside. To the middle. The reverse. And Muhammad puts it in.
Yeah, he's a powerful wing player, Kevin. Muhammad, I think, likes to operate in the painted area best.
Here's McConnell. Drains it from beyond the arc. McConnell's got his second basket of the night.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Now here's Terry. He's covered by McConnell. Drops in the breakaway layup. McConnell's got 7.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
He got it up. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Philadelphia with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Right back after this break. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and having gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers guys.
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Brown out there with Parker. Then there's Terry. Then it's Zeller. And it's Muhammad in at the 2. And both free throws good for Terry. Clark, trying to find players that complement each other is such a big factor in the NBA. How much do differing styles of play matter for a low block pairing, for instance?
Kevin, I think it's critical. You need guys that have complementary skills. Somebody that can score it with his back to the basket deep in the post. And then that other big guy has to be more versatile. He has to be a good passer from every angle in the post area. And he has to be a guy who can make shots from that 12 to 17-foot range, so you have the kind of spacing that's ideal for two good inside players.
Pick by Zeller. They set the pick. Passes it to Brown. To the paint. Unloads from 13. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his third rebound tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
The 76ers have shot 2 of 5 from the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, you know, you talk about an NBA body. Justin Anderson, 6'6", about 230 pounds. As I recall, he posted a 43-inch vertical in the NBA Combine. That's elite strength and athleticism.
No good on the second free throw. Clark, you know, it's interesting. The league is going towards small ball, but there's a demand for strong physical wings, and Justin Anderson certainly fits the bill.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. As more power forwards stray and navigate to the perimeter, you want guys who can defend shooting guard through power forward, and Anderson has the body strength and quickness to do that. Well, I tell you what, he is a deceptive athlete. When you look at Jabari Parker, he does a lot of things easily from an athletic standpoint. He's stronger than he looks, has much bounce and agility. Man, I love this guy's upside. Just hope he can stay healthy.
Fultz, he's checked in for the 76ers.
One shot.
And for Parker, it seems that everything he does on the floor is slightly deceptive. Moves smoothly, Clark, but covers a ton of ground with his steps.
Yeah, despite his size, he's got a gracefulness that belies his size. He's smooth and effortless in all that he does. A lot of players matched up on him just get overwhelmed by his explosiveness, and his skill set is right on par with his athleticism. That's a dangerous combo.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
That one falls.
Man, gotta like the confidence of Anderson inside, showing excellent patience and a nice soft touch near the rim.
Kicks to Muhammad. The wide open look here for Terry. Hits the three-point bomb. Terry's got 5 now.
Where was the defense? Come on now. Where was it? No idea how they gave up that open look.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Now here's Zeller. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball. J.J. Redick's checked in for the 76ers. Tony Snell's checked in for the Bucks. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Here's Ilyasova. No good on that one. Good D by Parker. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Got a piece of it and stolen by Ilyasova. And now Philadelphia on the break. Anderson with the ball. No good that time. And Milwaukee the other way now. And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Saric has checked in for Ilyasova. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Bledsoe comes in for Jason Terry. Here's Redick. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Can't be thrown any better. That bounce pass hit him right in stride.
And Holmes throws it down.
Kevin, for a young player, I like the way Fultz sees the floor. He knows and feels when a guy is open.
Bucks shooting around 43% from the floor in the second quarter. It's stolen by Saric. Here's Redick. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Redick's got 4 this quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score.
You know, even though Antetokounmpo is a bigger guy, longer guy, he handles and passes like a point guard. I mean, he's always on the lookout for how he can set up his teammates for good shots.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Now here's Bledsoe. Following the missed shot by Dario Saric. 6 on the shot clock. Parker, good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Parker really adept in the post. Sees angles, reads defenses, does both of those very well inside.
Saric, that's good. And so it's Milwaukee now. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Yeah, did a really good job of drawing foul after foul. Very physical and rugged in how they perform. And it paid off.
No good from Bledsoe.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Bucks have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter.
And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto. And the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together. They're getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Milwaukee's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. You were talking about the fit for these young Sixers. A bit of a logjam in recent seasons in their front court.
Yeah, I mean, they were in talent acquisition mode, just going for the best player available. And now as they see things taking shape, it's time to try and balance the roster.
Two.
And the first one drops. And Clark, as you watch the game at both the college and pro levels over the years, what has been the biggest change for you in your view of that?
Well, you know what, Kevin? There are a couple of things. The athleticism. the real emphasis on training and strengthening the core, meaning from your kneecaps to your sternum. The work that's done to train the hamstrings and quads and glutes and that core area as a place of power, as your center of power, is one of the significant changes I've seen, not just in basketball, but all sports. And it's benefited the athletes greatly and the overall athleticism. And then from a playing standpoint or on the floor standpoint, I think the three-point shot. I think that's been the biggest dramatic change in the game.
Now here's Simmons following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. And that one's good, Simmons.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Bledsoe against Simmons. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
And the Bucks making a change here. Henson's checked in, and they double up Antetokounmpo. Middleton dishes to Antetokounmpo. Just 5 on the clock. Count that bucket. That's now 8 points for Henson.
Henson very skilled down low. At almost 7 feet tall, the defense cannot allow him to get deep position.
And Simmons slams it in.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Here's Simmons after Eric Bledsoe's score. Got that one up quick. Simmons got 21.
Oh, I tell you, how about the passion of Simmons? I mean, just sticking with it on the glass.
There's a good screen. Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Bledsoe's got 4 this quarter.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
They double-team Bledsoe. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 6 points.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Milwaukee's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. 13 feet away, and the shot falls short this time.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range. They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 6 points for him. And the pass to Henson. Makes it off the glass. 10 points for him.
You know, even though he's been on, they still are behind. I mean, there's only so much he can do.
Here's Anderson. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Cannot give him that much room from mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Bledsoe with it. Now guarded by Simmons. Middleton can't get it to go. And for the 76ers, they're shooting a sweet 57% clip in quarter number 2. They get it back. Johnson. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Here's Simmons. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for them. Stay with it.
The basket counts and one. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. Milwaukee shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Šarić. Robert Covington comes in for Justin Anderson. And it's Bellinelli in for J.J. Redick. And as Milwaukee continues to invest in the Bucks and this whole franchise, the upcoming stadium just one part of the equation. The team also starting their first year with an exclusive G League team.
Well, and that team is out in Oshkosh, Kevin, and should act as a really good resource for developing young players for the Bucks. I mean, a lot of teams have followed this trend, and the Bucks, they went from plan to action very quickly with that.
Here's Antetokounmpo after the Sixers pick up 2. Outside Terry. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against 1 make. Here's Simmons. Here's Covington, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
Now Terry, after Chris Middleton missed from long range. And now here comes Simmons leading the break.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed. Man, I like the activity of Covington's hands. He's constantly active, which is why he's able to get these steals.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 6 points for him. Kicks it out to Terry. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. A shot by Johnson, no good. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 43% for the game. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Brown kicks to Antetokounmpo. To the inside, Henson. And no good. Simmons with the defensive effort. Pass to Covington. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Covington's got 4 points this quarter.
And when Covington gets on a hot streak, look out. Really filling it up from all spots on the floor.
Shots good by Middleton.
And you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. For Philadelphia, they have only made 2 attempts, shooting poorly at the line in this one.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc, and he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination, nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
And the second free throw, good. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Philadelphia finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
We welcome you back to Philadelphia, a town full of history. That's City Hall right there with the statue of William Penn perched atop it. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at Robert Covington. What a contribution.
Well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 43% for the game. Redick and Covington make up the perimeter. Dario Saric is out there with Johnson. And it's Simmons in at the point guard. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
So it's the Bucks now. Snell kicks to Middleton. The three-pointer off the mark. The 76ers shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. Covington with the bucket.
Man, nice perimeter shooting by Robert Covington. Just has such a really aesthetically pleasing release on those long ball attempts.
Bledsoe with it. Now guarded by Simmons. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And there it is for him. 8 points for J.J. Redick.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Saric. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Bucks.
Well, they haven't really been strong enough inside. I mean, they haven't been a force or aggressive with getting those good quality looks in the paint. And I think the one-dimensionality of their offense is going to continue to be an issue because the defense isn't having to worry about clogging the lane or defending down low.
The Bucks have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Antetokounmpo kicks to Snell. Here's Bledsoe. Misses off the left iron.
What a sluggish, muddy start to the second half. Still scoreless.
And when I watch Eric Bledsoe, I really feel like he's at his best when he's kind of prodding a defense. So hard to keep away from the rim. When he attacks, it just opens everything else up in his offensive game. They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Fast breaks yield easy buckets, guys. They've made the most of their chances in that regard. The defense not able to get set. You get a running start to the rim, you should get a good number of scoring chances that way.
And Greg, as you said, the aggressiveness Bledsoe has going to the rim is a key for him to getting those open shots then on the perimeter.
And the team is at their best when he is in attack mode. I mean, opens up lanes for cuts as you just can't keep him out of the paint. Knows when to drop off a pass after he beats his opponent as well for an easy score.
You know, he's always thinking. That's what I like about him. Spotted the open man and immediately changed out of his shot and gave it up.
And beginning to pull away. Really effective play calling halfway through this one.
Well, you know, you got to give them credit. I mean, they flipped the switch and they're not looking back now.
Stolen by Middleton. And Bledsoe, here we go. Can't hit from in close. Philadelphia with the ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going.
That's exactly how you want to play it defensively, Kevin. I mean, getting a hand up to distract and bother the shooter, not easy to stop somebody this deep inside.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Johnson's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Simmons. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Milwaukee's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Bledsoe can't get that one to drop.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Johnson's shot is off. Saric against Antetokounmpo. In the corner, Snell with it. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The 76ers have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11.
Simmons is an absolute thoroughbred as a scorer, a dominant offensive talent who scores in a lot of different ways.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
Fellas, he just is struggling to get anything going. Right now, his shooting percentage in the quarter, 20%.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Simmons putting his outstanding athleticism to use on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who knows exactly how to carve up the defense.
Middleton dishes to Henson. Looking to get back on track here. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Covington. Here's Saric. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo's 7'3" wingspan, extraordinary. I mean, he's effective in rejecting shots, bothering shots, and stealing the ball.
It's stolen by Saric. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 7 now in this quarter. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
So it's the Bucks now after the Sixers pick up 2. 3 on the clock. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. And let's take a second to recognize the rookies who have been doing a terrific job distributing the basketball this past month. Ben Simmons, number 1.
And he's been setting the table beautifully. I mean, that'll keep his veteran teammates really happy.
Greg, he's a fantastic facilitator. I mean, just makes everyone around him better with the willingness to play unselfishly. Well, it's been a great month for him.
The Bucks shooting struggles apparent, 37% from the field. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got assist number 8 now on the night.
Tremendous anticipation from Antetokounmpo, sensing some separation as that pass was coming, and then simply rising up and knocking down the jumper.
Milwaukee with the ball. Following the missed shot by Dario Saric, Antetokounmpo passes to Henson. Comes up empty down low.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
And so it's Milwaukee now. And Clark is a Midwest guy. You grew up watching your teams go up against the Bucks, and even as a player, you faced off against them more than your fair share. When you think about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, who leaves an imprint on your mind for how they help that franchise?
Well, guys that I actually played against, Sid Moncrief would be at the top of the list because he was so integral to the Bucks' success. Really good at both ends of the floor, a leader. I didn't have to guard him, but I played against those really good Bucks teams in the early, mid-'80s, and he was a big part of that.
And the Bucks with possession here after Ben Simmons' miss. Here's the screen. They double him with Simmons. Feeds to Middleton. Bledsoe for 3. No good on that one. And Philadelphia the other way now. Here's Covington. That one doesn't go. Great D that time for Middleton. Bledsoe right side. Bledsoe can't get that one to drop.
one made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see. And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Now here's Bledsoe. 9 points in the game so far, and Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. And then for Milwaukee. Zeller, he's checked in for John Henson. Jabari Parker comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Muhammad in for Tony Snell. Here is Bledsoe. And as you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. And some changes here for the Bucks. Brown, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Terry in for Eric Bledsoe. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
And for Milwaukee, their shooting struggle is apparent. 37% from the field. Here's Muhammad, and it's denied.
Excellent timing that time from Fultz. And I like the edge that he plays defense with. That's impressive for a young guy.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Now here's Muhammad. He averages about 5 points a game. Basket, good.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Bellinelli, good. And McConnell gets the assist. Bellinelli's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, and Bellinelli, very creative, has that ability to get into the heart of the defense.
Plays it in off the breakaway.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
And, Greg, you know, they're really controlling the pace and game right now, rushing, pushing the break, and leaving the defense in its wake.
Out left to the wing. Zeller dishes to Parker. Got a piece of it. And Zeller kicks to Muhammad. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Terry. He's got 8. Muhammad on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. There's Brown with the 3.
And offensively, they have laid an egg here in the second half. The missed shots are piling up, and their field goal percentage continues to plummet.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
And the Bucks with possession here. Terry the pass to Muhammad. And he comes up with the deuce. Muhammad's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Nice move on the inside. The defense is there, but Muhammad with the skills and confidence to convert nonetheless.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Now here's Terry. Fultz brings the double team. For the 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Holmes got his 5th rebound in this one. Ilyasova can't hit.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Terry in the corner. Here's Brown. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, there is a saying now that is pretty accurate. You either sell success or you sell hope. And the process in Philadelphia may have been hard to watch, but it did give their fans hope for a better day.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first one falls. And through all the losing, the fans in Philly have been pretty supportive of the Sixers' goals to draft star talent.
Yeah, and you know what? Thousands of fans coming out to watch the draft lottery is an indication of how optimistic and behind the Sixers these fans are. I mean, trust the process has been their rallying cry.
Good on both.
And since 2016, a new front office has taken over in Philadelphia. The new team motto, process to progress. They're looking to turn the corner here. And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And the previous Sixers front office distinguished by their patience in rebuilding and, acquiring draft picks. That was the way they were going to build that team. Clark, do you think the Sixers will continue to show that patient approach?
Well, I think they're going to blend it. They're ready to push their chips in and try to win some games now. They want to be a playoff team as soon as possible. You can't continue to lose forever. They want to start winning, and they're on their way. Excellent awareness there, zipping the ball over to the perfect spot to score it.
Bucks shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Outside Terry. Ilyasova comes up with the rebound. Ilyasova's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Holmes can't get it to go in. Brown outside. Parker kicks to Brown. That 3 off the mark. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. We've got Brown. Terry is out there with Shabazz Muhammad. Then there's Maker. And it's Zeller in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
Now, here's Maker. Off target with his 3. Ilyasova down low. Can't connect from short range. Terry outside. Trying his luck deep. It's rebounded by Fultz. 76ers shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Got that bucket in no time at all. McConnell's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Philadelphia. Milwaukee has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. It's Terry outside, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Left side Anderson. Over Brown. They get it again. Holmes. That's it, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And I like that they're not settling, getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And the basket by Maker.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Here's Holmes. Zeller grabs the board.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Now here's Muhammad. 5 to shoot. Holmes with the steal. Here's Anderson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Terry dishes to Muhammad. Over Fultz. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. Brogdon, he's checked in for Brown. Here's Brogdon. He dishes it to Terry. Muhammad with it. Holmes on him. Baseline try, and Muhammad gets it to go. The 76ers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And the one thing that you got to love about Markelle Fultz is his versatility. I mean, he's got the size, the passing and scoring ability to succeed at either guard position. He's almost Westbrookish.
That free throw, no good. And you ask the scouts about Fultz, he has the complete game.
You know, Kevin, he checks all the boxes. Athleticism, the size to play above the rim. And above all, I think the feel for the game is quite apparent when you watch him play.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Luwawu's checked in. So he comes up empty at the line. Well, the commissioner recently said the NBA will review, Clark, the one-and-done rule for college players. Any idea how that will change, if it will at all?
You know what? I'm not sure, Kevin. Quite honestly, when this rule was instituted about 10 years ago now, 10 or 11 years ago, I thought it would be good. I felt 1 year of college, if a guy was fully invested in that experience, would be better than no years. But I also understand college is not for everybody. And I'm actually of the mindset now that you should be allowed to leave right out of high school if you so choose. But if you do go to college, I would like there be a rule in place that there's a commitment to 2 years. I just think that would benefit all involved, the players, the universities, and I think the NBA would get a more mature and an NBA-ready prospect. That being said, I think we're going to end up, kind of where we are right now. I don't know if anything is going to change in the near future.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Bucks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. And Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Amir Johnson's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Now here's Brogdon. Guarded closely. Johnson over to help. Here's Muhammad. And that one hits back iron. The 76ers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Another miss by Philadelphia.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try the lead.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Luwawu. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Poked loose. Now here's Brogdon. Defense is right there. All alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
And he makes that one. Luwawu's got 6 in the quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Brogdon. Maker kicks to Jennings. Passes it to Brogdon. And nothing is falling for him right now. For Philadelphia, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And up the floor again, the 76ers running the floor.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Yeah, it looks too easy for them. Almost looks too easy for them, I should say, Greg. I mean, their chemistry really, really at a high level.
And again, the Bucks miss.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Dishes it to Muhammad. Beyond the arc, and it's Malcolm Brogdon with the three.
You know, leaving somebody that wide open is not prudent. I mean, you got to expect to get burned when you put that kind of effort forward.
And it's Johnson with the jam. Great game for him, double-double now. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
An elite finisher around the basket, Johnson with the throwdown.
Brogdon with it. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. And the 76ers making a change here. Sharge is checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Snell's checked in. Now here's Jennings. They get a hand on it. Johnson over to help. And Muhammad has it in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Down low. Snell from outside. Milwaukee the rebound. Yes, that goes in. 8 points for Shabazz Muhammad.
Yeah, you called it, Kevin. Good instincts following up the miss. Muhammad always a threat to find a way to put it in the basket.
A nice shot by Anderson.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And you know, Greg, it's hard to ask for much more than that because they're getting to their spots and they're knocking down the shots.
Here's Snell. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Here's Luwawu. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson.
Putting on a clinic this quarter. I mean, what a tremendous outburst scoring-wise.
Jennings kicks to Muhammad. Over Anderson. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Fultz has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Luwawu. The rebound by the Bucks. Snell's got his 3rd rebound tonight. With the versatility of modern players and the switching that goes on in defensive schemes, Clark, are traditional NBA positions meaning less and less in the game now?
I think we're finding that more teams are playing close to positionless basketball in many ways. So positions aren't nearly as important as skill sets with your 5 players on the floor. I think that's what you look at when you field your team.
Sharge, that's good.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
The Bucks shooting has been dreadful lately, around 28% here in the 4th. Snell kicks to Muhammad. Here's Fultz. And finished off by Fultz.
Fultz, when he has room to throw it down, he's taking it to the rim. No hesitation.
Now Jennings. The feed now to Muhammad. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
I just love what Muhammad can do, Clark, for a team coming off the bench. Always looks to attack the basket, and when he is locked in, can function as one of the better 6 men in the league.
Yeah, you know, for some guys, Kevin, being a rotational player off the bench is a hand-in-glove fit. And I think Muhammad falls into that category. I mean, you can give him a start if you needed to. He's not the best defender, but you love what he brings on offense, particularly if he's coming off the bench.
And that one falls for Muhammad.
You know, Shabazz Muhammad was one of the biggest names in all of high school sports as a senior. He's still trying to find that same kind of buzz and groove at this level.
The Bucks shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Ball's knocked loose. Saric passes to Luau. And he misses the fast break layup. Here's Milwaukee now. Terry kicks to Maker. Snell from outside. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got 6 rebounds in the game. And it's good, 2 points. McConnell's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Terry. Clark, we have seen an influx of players who function as point forwards for their team. How difficult is that to deal with as a defender?
I think it's really hard. I think it just speaks to the versatility of a player. If a guy has forward size but point guard skills, then I think that makes him more valuable to his team and more difficult to defend because he can start offense, not just for himself, but for his team. And that puts your defense in a little bit of a quandary as to how you're going to deal with that kind of versatility in terms of scoring and playmaking.
Here's Luau. The rebound by the Bucks. Terry outside. Now, here's McConnell. Terry covering. Great positioning on the putback. Holmes got 12 points here in the second half.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And the dunk by Zeller.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here.
He'll take those all day long.
The 76ers shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in.
And just a perfectly designed play. Anytime you can get a dunk on the inbounds, you know the X's and O's were in the right spot.
Here's Snell. Shot by Terry, no good.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes. I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
There's 1:26 left to play here in the fourth. He feeds it to Snell. Here's Maker. That shot misses. Some solid defense from Saric.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the 76ers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under their belt.
And I guess one good turn deserves another in the final contest between these two teams. This win ties up their tug of war on the season series at 2 apiece against Milwaukee.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Ben Simmons.
Well, I like the ferocity on defense now. He was constantly putting himself in the path of steals and coming up with them, too.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. The 76ers shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. Here's McConnell. Good work defensively by Terry.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Well, they've got to be pleased with the effort they've seen so far tonight. Everybody pitching in for what looks to be a solid W.
The shot by Muhammad, nobody around, and misses it off the right side of the rim. And so the 76ers can now just hold on to the ball. A shot by McConnell, no good. Here's Snell. Terry outside. Will it go? So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of the crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time